understood this, please mark this down. Please write down what I have shown on the board, shown on the screen, and what you've understood. Let's solve a few questions of this type. Okay, so they said there are 30 students in a class. The average of the first 10 students is 12.5 years. Okay, and the average of the next 20 students is 13.1 years. Find the average age of the whole class. So basically, what is given to you? Your total number of students is given to you. Average of 10 students is given 12.5, and average of the next 20 students is given as 13.1. So basically, there are two quantities. Okay, m and n. Okay, I hope you remember that. And inka average is given. This is A, and this 13.1 is B. Instead of using the formula, what we'll do is, okay, what did we learn? What did we learn? We learned that total average is total sum upon total number. Okay, correct. Total number is 30. करेक्ट. टोटल सम क्या होगा? सम 10 वालों का 10 वाले स्टूडेंट्स और जो 10 है उनका सम प्लस जो बाद में वाले 20 स्टूडेंट्स है उनका सम. करेक्ट 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 यस. चलो, so what did they find out? They found out the total age of first 10 students. मतलब ये they found out this. Okay, now how did you find out their total number of students 10 है, इनका एवरेज दिया हुआ है तुमको यहाँ पे 12.5. So 12.5 into number of students will give you 125. इनका सम आ गया. So what you got here is 125. I hope you guys are understanding what I'm trying to say. Plus next 20 का एवरेज दिया हुआ है तुमको, हम दिया हुआ है 13.1. इनका सम निकालो. इनका सम will be average 13.1 and number of students है 20, so 13.1 into 20 that is equal to 6 upon 30. So when you solve this, you get 387 by 30. When you solve that, you get 12.9. Very simple. I hope you guys understood what we did. Alright? Chalo. The average age of students of a class is 15.8, and the average age of the boys in the class is 16.4, and that of the girls is 15.4. The ratio of number of boys to the number of girls in the class is 12. Okay. Pause the video here. Pause the video for 5 minutes. Try to solve this question on your own, and then give an answer. Okay, and then cross check the answer. Alright? Okay, I am not going to wait for 5 minutes. You try to pause the video for 5 minutes, okay? I will do it. So the question here is, they have not given you the quantities of boys and girls. So neither the number of boys are given, neither the number of girls is given. But they have given you the total average, they have given you the average of the boys, and they have given you the average of the girls. So can we assume the quantities as x and y or a and b? Let's assume them to be in the ratio a is to b. A stands for boys and b stands for girls. Correct? So total number of boys becomes 16.4 into a. Why does this happen? Because 16.4a from the average. Correct? And total number of girls simultaneously will become 15.4 b. Because 15.4 from the average. Correct? Okay. So now total number of boys is this much, total number of girls is this much. When you add these two, what do you get? When you add these two, you will get, let's say this is equation 1, let's say 16.4 A. Sorry guys, my handwriting is extremely bad. Okay, 16.4 A plus 15.4 B. Let's say this is as equation number 1. What is this? Equation number is what? Total sum. Equation 1 is total sum, no? Correct? Okay. But the total number of students in the class is what we find out, 16.4 plus 15.4b. Now, they said the average of all the students is 15.8. Average of all the students is 15.8. So the total of boys will be 15.8 and the total of girls will also be 15.8. Correct? Correct? Correct. So if you add these two, you will get 15.8A plus 15.8B. Let's say this is equation number 2. What is this 15.8 plus 15.8B? This is also equal to the total sum. No? How is it the total sum? The average of all the students is 15.8. The average of all the students here in the question. The average of all the students is 15.8. So 15.8 into number of students करना पड़ेगा. number of students क्या है? A boys है, B girls है, तो 15.8 into boys plus 15.8 into girls. ये भी total sum होगा. Now there are two equations that are equal. दोनों total sum है, so we can equate them. So let's equate them here. Okay, so 16.4A plus 15.4B is equal to 15.8A plus 15.8B. So this 16.4A goes, 16.4A stays here. This 15.5A comes here. So 16.4A minus 15.8 will give you 0.6, and this 15.4B goes that side, that will give you 0.4B. And you take B this side, so A upon B will be 0.4 upon 0.6, which will be 2 upon. I hope you guys got this question correct. It was a fairly simple question. Okay, chalo. I hope you guys are writing down notes. मैं अकेला ही solve कर रहा हूँ, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. You guys are solving 2 with 3, correct? ठीक है, चलो. Next question. Example 5. The average monthly expenditure of a family is 2,200 rupees during the first 3 months, 2,550 during the next 4 months, and 3,120 during the last 5 months of the year. First 3 months, next 4 months मतलब 7, and last 5 months 12 months का उन्होंने expenditure दिया है तुमको average. If the total savings during the year was 1,260, ये पूरे महीने का पूरे साल का expenditure दिया है, पूरे साल का savings दिया है. You have to find out the average monthly income. Average monthly income will be what? Average monthly income will be expenditure plus savings. No, what is income? Income is your savings plus expenditure. Okay, पूरे साल. अच्छा, you have to find out the average monthly income. Monthly income average मतलब जो total income होगा उसको divide by 12 करना पड़ेगा. That will give you monthly income. Because you will have to find out the total income. Total income will be savings plus total expenditure. So you will have to find out the total expenditure. Total expenditure कैसे निकालोगे? 3 महीने का average दिया है, 3 महीने का total. So this will be 3 months total. फिर 4 महीने का average दिया है तुमको. So this will be 4 months का total, and this will be 5 months का total. हो जाएगा 12 months का total. There will be 32,400 rupees. This is the total expenditure. Correct? Now total income will be what? Total expenditure plus savings. Expenditure plus savings. This will be your total income. Monthly, average monthly income will be total income upon 12, like we discussed, and this is the final answer, 2,805. A very fairly simple question. काफी easy, काफी सख्त, काफी smooth. With that, we come to the end of part 1 of averages. I hope you guys understood this. Please try to solve these questions again, and have a great day. अच्छे से पढ़ें. Alright? Good luck. Hello everyone, Steve here. कैसे हैं आप? Sorry, I tried calling Nati. This is I welcome back to the second video for averages, the second part. And in the last part, we did a lot of basics. I hope you guys thorough it. And today we are going to solve questions which are the medium level, and we're going to raise our levels higher. And we are going to do quite a few new concepts, 2-3 new concepts, and solve a lot of questions. Alright, so let's start with a new concept today. And alright, let's just get into it. So this concept is basically like a formula. Okay, what does this concept state is, if in a group one or more quantities, new quantities are added or taken away, excluded, then the new quantity is equal to what? So let's say there are 10 objects, okay, 10 objects, and 6 or 7 new objects are added to that. So there's a formula given for the weight of these 6 or 7 new objects. Okay, what is the formula? The formula is change in the number of quantities into the original average plus or minus change in the average into final number of quantities. Alright, so let's discuss what this formula is about. The most important thing here is to look at this plus or minus. What does this state? The change in number of quantities will be the more number of quantities which will be added or subtracted into original average. There will be an average given to you of the previous quantity. Okay. Add or subtract. Add or subtract means if the average increases with the addition of these quantities or decreases, you use the addition sign. Okay. And change in average means so let's say if the average increases or the average drops, okay, that will be the change in average into final number of quantities, that is the new number of quantities. Okay, here it is mentioned, see, take positive sign if quantities are added and take negative sign if quantities are removed. So it's a simple concept. When you use the plus minus sign, if quantities are added, you use the plus sign. If quantities are subtracted, you use the minus sign. Simple. Okay, let's solve an example of this concept. Okay, the average weight of 29 students in a class is 48 kgs. Okay, take a notebook and a pen and understand this concept very thoroughly. This is a very important concept. Alright, the average weight of 29 students in a class is 48 kgs. If the weight of the teacher is included, the average weight rises by 500 grams. 500 grams is equal to 0.5 kg. Okay, find the weight of the teacher. Correct. So this is one of those types that we studied right now, where the original quantity is given to you 29, the original average is given to you. Okay, they have said the weight rises, so change in weight is given, change in the average is given to you, teacher, because that is the quantity added, is equal to change in number of quantity into original average plus change in average into final number of quantity. So the weight of the teacher, change in number of quantity is 1 because only one teacher is added, only one new quantity is added. Okay, into original average 48 is given to you, so 48 plus, why plus? Because the average is increasing and quantities are added. We have known that we use a plus sign for that. Change in average, we know that the average weight rises by 500 grams, so change in average is 0.5 kg. Instead of writing 500, we have written 0.5 so that everything is in kg. Into final number of quantity. Final number of quantity will be 30. How? It will be 30 because 29 students plus 1 teacher. Alright? And after solving this, you get 48 plus 0.5 into 30, you will get 15. So 48 plus 15, 63. So this is the weight of the teacher. I hope it is clear. Okay, let's look at this question again. The average weight of 29 students is given, and which is 48. If the weight of the teacher is included, the average weight rises by 500 grams. You have to find out the weight of the teacher. So you'll use the change in average formula. We'll use the positive formula. Why? Because quantities is being added. Okay. So the formula is change in number of quantity into original average plus change in average into final number of quantity. Thus the weight of the teacher is 63. Alright. Now there is a second approach to this, okay, and I understand that a lot of people might have problems learning the formulas because you already will have a headache learning formulas of geometry. There are approximately 68 to 80 formulas in geometry, so that will already be a headache. So I've got for you guys a second approach and a much easier approach for this question, and I'll tell you how do you solve this. This is the same question. Average weight of 29 students, 48 kg, weight of the teacher included, average rises by 500 grams, find the weight of the teacher. Okay, simple. if I mean, I could use this concept in the first session of averages as well, and we've done that. So it's a simple concept. Total weight of 29 students will be how much? 29 into 48, which is their average. That will be the total 29 into 48. Average is what? Quantity into total sum will be what? Quantity into average. So this is the total weight of 29 students. Okay. Now, total weight of students and teachers. Total weight of student and teachers is 30 into 48.5. How is this 30? 30 is because there will be 29 students plus 1 teacher. So 30 quantities into their average. Their average is how much? 48.5. 48.5 kaise? 48 plus 0.5 addition. Correct? Which is given here. 500 grams add ho jayega. Correct? No? So this will be the new average, which will be 1455. So the new average will be this. Old average will be this. So the weight of the teacher is simple, no? ये जो इतना total increase हुआ है, it is only because the teacher is added. तो new average में से छोटा average को old average को minus कर दो सिंपल, we get 63. So this is a very quite simpler and an easier approach for these type of questions. It is my duty to show you both the types. I've shown you both the types. Now it is your choice which one to do. Okay? Teacher से बजेगा, it's her choice. Okay. Let's go to another type. Let's do one more example of this. The average age of 40 students of the class is 15 years. When 10 new students are admitted, the average is increased by 0.2 years. The average age of the new students is how much? Okay. So we know that we'll use the change formula. We'll solve this question by formula first and then by our shortcut approach. Okay. Alright, so we'll use the change in plus formula, and the sum of quantities added is equal to what? Change in number of quantity into original average plus change in average into final number of quantity. Okay, here it is written as change in the weight of the teacher. It is not teacher, it is students. Okay, just make sure this is students. Alright, so this is the formula that we know, and then it is 10 into 15, correct? 10 into 15 plus 0.2 into 50. Why 0.2 into 50? 10. Change in the quantity, 10 new students are added. Original average is 15 given to you in the question. And the change in average. Change in average they have mentioned as there will be an increase in 0.2. So that is the change in average. And into final number of quantity. Final number of quantity has become 50. Why? Because there are originally 40 students. Now 10 new students are added. So 50 will be the new final quantity. Okay. So it will be 150 plus 10, which is 160. 160 is what? This 160 is basically the sum of these 10 new students. This is the sum of ages of these 10 new students. Now this is not the final answer. You know why? Because they have asked you the average age of the new students. The average age of the new students. Average age is basically 160 upon 10, no? Because 10 students. Sum upon number. So 16 is your final. I hope this is clear with the formula. Now let's look at the shortcut example. Okay. Same question. We'll find out the total age of the 40-year-old student, which will be 40 into their average. Quantity into average will give you sum 600. Now we'll find out the sum of the new students. That will be 40 plus 10. 50 students का sum निकालेंगे, which will be 50 into 15.2. 50 कैसे? 40-year-old student and 10 new ones. 15.2 कैसे? 15 original average 0.2 यहाँ से उन्होंने बोला है. It is increased by 0.2. So 50 into 15.2 760. Now इन दोनों में difference क्या है? वो 10 new students है. तो इन दोनों को minus कर देंगे, which will be 760 minus 600 is 160. This is the sum of the 10 new students. अब उनका average निकालना है. 160 by 10 60. Simple. Average is clear now. Alright. So let's move on to the new concept. Average speed. The average speed is not total speed upon number of speeds. A lot of people have this confusion that when there are 3-4 speeds given to you and it is said you have to find out the average speed, they usually take the total of speeds, divide them by number of speeds. So what is the formula for average speed? Average speed is total distance traveled upon total time taken. Simple speed का formula. Speed is distance upon time. वही average speed का formula है total distance traveled upon total time. Make sure you learn this. इसको रट्टा मारो. Total distance traveled upon total time. Simple formula. If you will have formula नहीं है, this is what you've been learning since your 4th, 5th and 6th standard. Okay. Average speed is total distance, total time. Let's solve an example. A motorist travels to a place 150 km away at an average speed of 50 km per hour and returns at 30 km per hour. His average speed for the whole journey in km per hour is how much? The average speed is basically total distance upon total time taken. Let's find out the total distance first. Okay. So we will find out the first. We'll find out the total time taken. Okay. First, the total time taken by the motorist for going, as in when he reaches his destination, is how much? 150 upon 50. 150 upon 50 is 3 hours. What is 150 upon 50? 150 is the distance, no? 150 is the distance, and his speed is how much? 50. So distance upon speed will give you 3 hours. That is time 1, no? Time 1 for going. This is time 1. He takes 3 hours to go. And when he comes back, his speed is 30. And so he takes how many hours? 5 hours. So this is his time 2 total. Okay, what do we have to find out? Average speed. Average speed is what? Total distance upon total formula. So the total distance is how much? 150 plus 150. Why 150 plus 150? He traveled the same distance, no? He did not go anywhere. He did not do anything extra. Correct? So 150 plus 150, 300. So what is your total distance? Total distance. Okay, let's assume this as D1. If this is D1, this is D2. Total distance is D1 plus D2. This is total distance upon total time is the formula for average speed. Total time will be how much? Time 1 plus time 2. I hope this is very simpler. There's a very big formula for this, and I don't think it will be very useful to you. I think this is a very simple concept. Total distance upon total time. Alright, so I'll just rub this off so that you guys can see. I hope you've written all this that I am now erasing. Please write it, rewind the video and write it in your notes if you have already noted it. Alright, I hope you can see total distance upon total time. Total distance was 300, total time taken 3 plus 8 hours. So it is 300 by 8, which is 37.5. A lot of people who try to solve orally who think they are the geniuses, they think 50 or 30 ka average is 40, which is true but not in speeds or time. Okay, please get this. When you take the average, the formula, the class X is a bigger section, is the total quantity input. So mean of marks of 25 students of XA is 47. Therefore, sum of these 25 students will be 25 into 47, which is average into number of students will give you 175. Similarly, average of marks 35 students of B is 51. So their sum will be 35 into 51, which is 1785. Similarly, mean of 30 students of C is 53. So their total sum will be 30 into 53, 1590. Now when you add all of these, 1, 2 and 3, what do you get? You will get the total sum of marks. You will get total sum of marks, which is 450. Thus the combined mean of all these students is 4550 upon 90. What is this 90? How does this 90 come from? Please guess. This 90 is nothing but the total number of students. 25 of A, 35 of B, which is basically 60, and 30 of C, which is 90. So 4550 upon 90. This 50.56. So 50.56 is your final answer. 50.56 is the combined number of marks of students of 3 sections of class X. I hope it is clear. Let's move on. It's a very fairly simple question. I want you guys to pause the screen for 1 minute and try to solve this question orally. Okay? Sure, put up. Now I am not going to pause the video. You guys will have to pause the video. I am going ahead. Okay? 30 pencils and 30 pens and 75 pencils altogether were purchased for 510. If the average price of a pencil was 2, what was the average price of a pen? Simple question. So 30 pencils plus 75 pencils is 510 and the average price of a pencil is 2. So price of 75 pencils is 150. So 30 pens is basically 510 minus the total cost of pencils. So 30 pencils is how much? 360. 30 pencils 360. So average is 360 upon 30, which is 12. Pretty simple question. I hope you guys get this. Orally हो जाना चाहिए. Okay. So we'll move on to the next question. Okay. Supremely important question. One of the biggest toughies of the chapter average. And I want you guys to pay attention and listen to this very carefully. Okay, this is one of the very nice questions of the chapter. The average of 20 numbers is 0. Simple. The average of 20 numbers is 0. Of them, at the most, how many numbers can be greater than 0? Of them, at the most, how many numbers can be greater than 0? So there are 20 numbers जिनका average 0 है. उनको पूछा गया है वो 20 numbers में से ऐसे कितने numbers हैं जो 0 से great हो सकते हैं. 0 से great मतलब positive. ये फिर आज की 20 नंबर है, 20 ऐसे नंबर है जिनका एवरेज 0 है. करेक्ट. तो ऐसे कितने नंबर होंगे जो पॉजिटिव होंगे? एट मोस्ट मतलब मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ पॉजिटिव होना चाहिए. मैक्सिमम एटलीस्ट. अच्छा, एटलीस्ट और एट मोस्ट में डिफरेंस है. एटलीस्ट 2 बोला मतलब 2 या 2 से ज्यादा. एट मोस्ट 2 बोला मतलब 2 या 2 से कम. 2 से कम में 1 भी हो सकता है, 0 भी हो सकता है, माइनस भी, व्हाटएवर. So the question is the average of 20 numbers 0, of them at most how many may be greater than 0. I want you to solve this on your own. Pause the video, solve this on your own and let me know the answer. Okay, chalo we'll solve this. Average of 20 numbers is 0, therefore the sum of these 20 numbers will also be equal to 0. Okay. Now this is possible only when all the numbers are 0. Basically all numbers 0 हो गए तो तुम्हारा पॉइंट ही नहीं है, बिकॉज उन्होंने पूछा एट मोस्ट हाउ मेनी नंबर्स कैन बी ग्रेटर देन 0. मतलब तुमको ऐसा कुछ ढूंढना है जिसे एट द मोस्ट तुमको ये बताना है एट मोस्ट कितने नंबर्स पॉजिटिव हो सकते हैं. सिर्फ टू डिस्कार्ड द पॉसिबिलिटी कि सारे नंबर 0 है. इट इज क्वाइट पॉसिबल दैट 19 ऑफ नंबर्स मे बी 0. एट मोस्ट 19 नंबर पॉजिटिव हो सकते हैं 20 में से. सिंपल कॉन्सेप्ट. वो 20 में से 19 नंबर पॉजिटिव हो सकते हैं एंड आई प्रूव इट टू यू हाउ. ओके. From here, at most 19 of these numbers may be positive. मान लो if their sum is a, मान लो the positive numbers का sum है a. Okay, let's say 1, 2, 3, whatever. 19 numbers है which are positive, which are greater than 0. उन सब का addition मिलके आता है a. Okay. So my question is, then the 20th number becomes minus a. Simple. 19 नंबर कितने भी बड़े बड़े हो जाओ, पॉजिटिव हो जाओ, there can be one negative number which is as great as that. मतलब तुम 19 नंबर 10 रख दो, 10 plus 10 plus 190 हो गया, and there is a 20th number which is minus 190. So फिर तो 0 काट हो गया. So the question is, answer is 19 of these numbers could be positive because one negative can make these 19 go away. And you want to go them away because तुमको sum चाहिए 0. Sum 0 आएगा तो ही तो average of these numbers will be 0. So the answer is 19 of these numbers at most maximum possibility can be 0. Can be 19. Okay, I hope it's clear. Alright. So that's all for averages part 2. I hope you guys have understood this. Please make sure you try to solve such type of questions, and we are done with basic and medium easy level type of question. That's it for tonight, and have a great day. And please study well. Alright? Alright. Enjoy. Hello everyone, welcome to Averages Part 3. This is for here, and we've done two parts of averages, basic and medium level. And today we are going to move forward with important questions and questions that have come in exams. And these questions are of medium level as well. A level of difficulty from the previous medium level is a bit higher. These are very important questions that we're going to do. The number of questions that we're going to do are very few today, but these are very important questions, and this is the last set of averages chapter for you. This is the last time about basic and medium level that you're going to do averages as you understand them. And after this, I'm pretty sure that you guys will be able to solve basic and medium level questions smoothly. Alright, so we'll do quite a few questions today, and then we'll wrap up averages, basic and medium. Alright. Let's get started. All the concepts and everything has been done with you. All the concepts are clear, and everything is covered. Today we are going to do some new variety of questions that you haven't done before, and that will open a plethora of questions that you can solve on your own. Alright, so let's get started. And it is something very important question comes in a lot of exams, a lot of competitive exams, so please make sure that you are very attentive in this session, alright? You start the question. Let's go. 3 years ago, the average age of a family of 5 members was 17 years. If you understand the question, this is 3 years ago, not right now. 3 years ago, the average age of a family of 5 members was 17 years. A baby having been born, the average age of the family is the same today. The present age of the baby is what? So a baby was born during the tenure of these 3 years, and the average of these 6 members. If I have to come 6 members, from 5 a baby is born, so 6 members is 17 today. We have to find out what is the present age of the baby. Alright? Select the age of the baby to be x. Alright. So 3 years ago, the total age of the family would have been 5 into 17, 85 years. Correct? Alright. What would have been the sum of these ages right now? It would be 85 plus 3 into 5, which would be 100 years. Okay, how is this 3 and 5? Please someone can explain. Okay. The average age of these 5 members of the family 3 years ago was 70. 3 years after, 3 years later, so everybody's age increases with 3 years. Not one person's age increases 3 years. If the sum of the ages was 85, so their sum of the ages right now would be 85 plus 15, because 5 लोग हैं, 5 लोग का एज 3 साल से बढ़ रहा है, so it is 15. I hope you get 15 कैसा है 3 into 5. So the total ages of the 5 members at the present time would be 100. So now you have the age of the baby, you have which is x, you have the total age of the other members, and when you divide them by 6, you will get the average, which is 72. Right, so total age of the family at the present time, including the baby, would be 100 plus x. Average is 17. So 100 plus x upon 6 is 17. So the 6 goes on the right side. So 6 goes on the right side, and it becomes 6 into 17. So 100 plus x is equal to 6 into 17 is 102. This 100 then goes this side. Okay, and x becomes 2. I'm sorry if the writing is very poor in quality, but I hope you understand. Alright. Sure, let's go. 100 plus x is 17. 100 plus x becomes 102. X is equal to 102 minus 100. Finally, the age of the baby is 2 years. Alright. This was a new variety. I hope you find that you would be able to solve such type of questions. These are pretty simple questions, but something new, something interesting, and we've been doing this with the shortest method possible. Alright, let's go. Next question. Okay, these type of questions are very substantial when it comes to competitive exams about batsmen or the bowler or any sports person scoring runs. So we'll do that type as well. A batsman in his 12th innings makes a score of 63 runs and thereby increases his average score by 2 runs. The average of the score after the 12th inning is out. So basically, it is that कि इस बार जो 12th inning है उसमें 63 runs बना है. 63 रन बनाने से उसका जो एवरेज था 12 इनिंग के पहले जो 11 इनिंग्स खेला था उसका जो एवरेज था उसमें एवरेज में +2 हो गया करेक्ट एवरेज +2 हो क्योंकि पूछा है एवरेज स्कोर आफ्टर द 12th इनिंग कितना तो एवरेज स्कोर आफ्टर द 12th इनिंग के लिए तुमको एवरेज स्कोर पहली 11th इनिंग्स का चाहिए होगा 11 इनिंग्स का चाहिए होगा जिसमें तुम 2 ऐड करोगे तो यू गेट द एवरेज स्कोर आफ्टर द 12th इनिंग so let's see how do you solve this. Okay, so let the total number of runs in the 11 innings be x. Okay, barabar. Now their average becomes x by 11 because x total score है average निकाला तो x by total number of matches will have. Let the total number of runs in the innings after scoring 63 runs be x plus 63. तब तक x था उसके बाद 63 runs ऐड किया x plus 63. उसका average निकालोगे तो it is x plus 63 by 2. Alright. Now what is this equation? X plus 63 by 12 is equal to x by 11 plus 2. यहाँ से थोड़ा ध्यान से देखोगे. What is this? This is the average. What is this? This is the average of 12 innings. His total score, his score of 11 innings plus his 12 innings plus score divided by 12 matches is the average after his 12th inning. Now what is this? X by 11 is the average number of runs till his 11th inning. 11th inning तक का इसका average था. उन्होंने क्या बोला था? This average. ये जो average है, this average is original average plus 2. 2 से increase हो गया. ठीक है, उन्होंने बोला था thereby increases the average by 2 runs. So अगर मैं 2 increase कर दूँ इसमें, that will be equal to this. That will be equal to this. So that is what they have done here. And that is clear. Then you basically cross multiply. So this is x plus 63 upon 12 is equal to x plus 22 upon 11. अच्छा ये भी x plus 22 upon 11 कैसे आया? So this was like this x upon 11 plus 2. 2 को अपन 2 by 1 लिख सकते हैं तो LCM फाउंड करने के लिए इसको into 11 किया and इसको into 11 किया. That becomes x plus 22 upon 11. Now we cross multiply. So the 11 that is here goes this side and the 12 that is here goes on the right side. Correct? Then you multiply. So this becomes 11 into x plus 63 is equal to 12 into x plus 22. You solve this. So 11 into x is 11x. 11 into 63 becomes 693. 12 into x is 12x and 12 into 22 is 264. Now this 11x can go here. This 264 can come this way. Correct? So 93 minus 264 is 12x minus 11x. So the value of x is 429. So the average of the score after the 11 innings would be x by 11 plus 2. Okay, so you can basically what you can do is there are two methods to solve this. After this 12 innings would be x by 11 plus 2 will be the answer, or the answer would be x plus 63 by 12. Why these two different values? These two values are the same. ये हमने वो फॉर्म में लिखा है कि पुरानी एवरेज प्लस 2 ये हमने उस 12 इनिंग के बाद का ही डायरेक्ट एवरेज लिखा है कि टोटल रन प्लस 12 इनिंग का रन अपॉन 12. This all is x plus 63 by 2 which is 429 plus 63 by 12, 492 by 12. The answer is 41. I hope it is pretty clear. So the average of this score after the 12 innings would be 41. You can solve either of this. You can do this because a lot of students do this and a lot of students do this. I think this would be the ideal because यहाँ पे तुमको LCM का तकलीफ नहीं है. This is also fair, but this is a little time consuming. That's why I'm not sure that. So let's do the next example. Alright, so this is one of those varieties where an average is calculated and then it is said that of the total quantities, one of the quantities was misspelled or it was entered wrongly or wrong values were entered of that quantity. And then the correct, we have to find out the average of the correct quantity. So let's solve that variety. The average height of 30 boys was calculated to be 150. It was detected later that one value of 165 centimeters was wrongly copied as 135 centimeters for the computation of the mean. Computation of the mean is basically calculating the calculation of the average. Alright, तो उन्होंने क्या बोला है कि 165 का जो वैल्यू था उसके बदले उन्होंने कैलकुलेट करके 135 लिख दिया, मतलब कम आंसर लिख दिया, करेक्ट. So you have to find out the correct order. मतलब basically 30 टोटल में 30 कम पड़ गया, 30 ज़्यादा होना चाहिए. कैसा आगे चला तो टोटल सम ऑफ द बॉयज निकाला तो उन्होंने 30 बॉयज से 150 एवरेज है तो टोटल इज 4500. fair enough. चलो डिफरेंस ऑफ द रॉन्ग कॉपी 30 सेंटीमीटर इज द डिफरेंस. जैसे हमने बात किया 30 सेंटीमीटर कम डाल दिया so the correct sum would be how much? 4500 plus 30, which is 4530. Okay, now you guys, a lot of you would know this, a lot of you would be wondering this plus 50 you here. Okay, so I'll tell you. उन्होंने क्या लिखा है, it was later detected that one of the values 165 was wrongly copied as 135. तो जो वैल्यू 165 था उन्होंने 135 लिख दिया, तो उन्होंने 30 कम कर दिया है पुराने एवरेज में. 30 कम कर दिया तो अभी वो एक्चुअल ओरिजिनल लाना पड़ेगा करेक्ट वाला, तो 30 ऐड करना पड़ेगा. तो दैट इज 4500 प्लस 30. नाउ वी सिंपल एवरेज निकालो 4530 है डिवाइड बाय टोटल नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स 151. दिस इज योर फाइनल वैल्यू. Simple. So you will solve all such questions like this only. You will find out the new sum and then you will basically divide them by the total number of quantities. That's all simple. I hope this is clear. Next. So this is one of those types that new people are entered. The average changes. What was the expenditure? Original expenditure. So original value. So this is one of those types where a certain amount of average is given, quantity is given, and everything is given. You are told that some people enter, some go away, or whatever, and then you are given the change in the average. So we have done the change in types. We will see another method or another variety of that. Okay. So there are 35 students in a hostel. If the number of students increased by 7, expenditure on the food increases by 42 per day, while the average expenditure of students is reduced by 1. What was the initial expenditure on food per day? अब मैं तुमको सिंपल लॉजिक समझाता है. मैंने बोला था 35 स्टूडेंट्स आते हैं, 7 नए स्टूडेंट आए, उनका एवरेज खर्चा 42 रुपीज से बढ़ गया. किसका? कॉलेज वाला का. व्हाट? While the average expenditure of the students is reduced by 1. Average expenditure of students reduced by 1. कम क्यों हो गया? बड़े ज़्यादा लोग हैं तो बढ़ना चाहिए ना? नहीं बढ़ना चाहिए, कम होना चाहिए, क्योंकि आप पहले 31 स्टूडेंट्स थे, आप 42 स्टूडेंट्स हो गए, तो नीचे डिवाइड बाय टोटल नंबर ऑफ क्वांटिटी 35 के बदले 42 हो गए. तो क्योंकि ये डिवाइजर है तो वो कम ही होगा ना अभी वैल्यू. तुम अगर 5 है, 5 को तुम 2 से डिवाइड करो और 5 को तुम 4 से डिवाइड करो, नीचे का अगर वैल्यू बढ़ेगा तो आंसर कम नहीं आएगा. वैसे ही सो दैट इज व्हेन एवरेज reduces. And what you have to find out? You have to find out what was the initial expenditure on food per day. Average initial expenditure पूछा, simple. Okay, we'll start. So let the original average expenditure be x. Let the original average expenditure. Okay, please mark the word very carefully. Average expenditure be x. So the total expenditure will be 35x. कैसे? क्योंकि 31 student है ना. Then it said that according to the question, sum is, you know, the sum is equal to average into number of quantity. 35x plus 42 is equal to x minus 1 into 42. Okay, I'll tell you. 35x plus 42 ये sum हो गया तुम्हारा. 35 plus 42 कैसे sum हो गया? 35x उनका original total expenditure है, what we discussed here. 35x plus 42 plus 42 जैसे आया, देखो इधर इन्होंने मेंशन किया है expenditure on food rises by 42 per day. ये 42 पर डे से बढ़ गया, ये दिन का 35 to 42 इनका एक दिन एक्सपेंडिचर is equal to x minus 1. x minus 1 क्या होगा? ओके, मैंने लिखा है ओरिजिनल एक्सपेंडिचर की x. ओरिजिनल एक्सपेंडिचर x है, फिर उन्होंने बोला है यहाँ पे देखो क्वेश्चन है, व्हाई द एवरेज एक्सपेंडिचर स्टूडेंट इज रिड्यूस्ड बाय 1. तो एवरेज कम हो गया ना, तो सम इज इक्वल टू एवरेज. एवरेज कम हो गया तो x minus 1 इनटू नंबर ऑफ क्वांटिटी. नंबर ऑफ क्वांटिटी अभी कैसे? पहले 35 था, अभी 7 बढ़ी है, 30 to 7 42. So this is sum is equal to average into number of quantity. And then you solve this. 35 plus 42 is equal to 48x minus 42. Now this 35x will go here, minus 42 will go here and become plus 42. So that is 7x is equal to 84. 42x minus 35x gives you 7x and 42 plus 42 gives you 84. So x is equal to 12, which was the original average expenditure. ओरिजिनल एवरेज एक्सपेंडिचर 12 उन्होंने पूछा है एवरेज पूछा है कि नहीं उन्होंने इमीडिएट एक्सपेंडिचर पूछा बिना एवरेज नॉर्मल एक्सपेंडिचर मतलब टोटल पूछा तो 12 into 32 12 into 32 by तो 35x था ना इनिशियल एक्सपेंडिचर सो दैट इज 35 into x which is 420 24 में तो जाना होता है okay now I want you guys to talk everything what you know. Pause the video, take 1 minute break, drink water, take a deep breath, do whatever you want. This question that you're going to make is third toughest question of all of those, and that is why this is the last question, and this is going to take time. So I need your full attention, full as in 130%. Okay, 200% of time, 200% attention. Okay, if you get this, you're good to go for any question of analysis. Okay, so start. There are a certain number of pages in the book. Arjun tore a certain page out of the book and later found out that the average page number is 4610 by 13 fraction. Okay, I'll show you how this is written. This is written as 4610 by 30. Which of the following were the page numbers that Arjun had found? Following मतलब options दिए होंगे, तो to find out what were the page numbers that Arjun had found. उन्हें बोला एक बुक में बहुत सारा पेजेस था, इसमें से एक पेज खाली Arjun है. एवरेज तुम्हारा होगा 4610 by 30. इनको ये बताना क्या पेज नंबर आया Arjun. Okay, it seems very difficult, but I'll make it very easy for you. Okay, let's start. Since only 2 page numbers are missing, एक पेज फटेगा तो आगे पीछे का 2 पेज नंबर missing होगा. So the average would not change considerably. Average जो होगा वो इतना ज़्यादा change नहीं होगा. And hence the number of pages remaining, or the number of pages remaining after tearing away those 2 page numbers would be 45 into 290 simple. Okay, इन दोनों को फाड़ दिया. Okay, वो एक पेज फाड़ दिया, 2 पेज numbers चला गया. So the average would not change considerably. So the number of pages would be 90, correct? 90 हो जाएगा. ये अपन assume कर रहे हैं, ठीक है? This is the assumption. Since the average of the remaining pages was found by dividing with the remaining number of pages, and as we have 13 as a denominator, the number of pages remaining must be 13 or a multiple of it close to 90. और तुम्हें पूछ रहे हो सर ये क्या होगा एक्चुअली मीन जैसा वो वीडियो है ना मीन में सारा मीठा हमको बहुत बना रहे हैं सो अंदर अंदर स्लोली बना रहे हैं. Where is the fraction? The fraction, look at the fraction. The fraction is 4610 by 30. ये बाकी पेजेस का एवरेज है, रिमेनिंग पेजेस. सी हियर इट इज रिटन रिमेनिंग पेज नंबर का एवरेज है 46. तो एक पेज अगर फट गया है उसके बाद ये एवरेज है, तो उसके पहले का जो एवरेज होगा वो वुड बी क्लोज टू 45. करेक्ट, क्लोज टू व्हाट, assume लेट्स assume 45 राइट. 45 एक होगा, करेक्ट. तो उसका डबल करना पड़ेगा क्योंकि एक पेज आगे पीछे हो रहा है. सो इफ देयर आर पेज नंबर 1 and 2 they count on a single page, right? 45 into 2 would be the number of pages, page number, correct. अब हमारा क्या होगा, since the average shows that the denominator is 13, ये डिविजिबल नहीं है ना, वो डिविजिबल होता तो जो भी नंबर, जो भी एवरेज होगा या जो भी n होगा, n मतलब जो टोटल सम होगा नंबर ऑफ पेजेस जो होंगे वुड बी अ मल्टीपल ऑफ 13 व्हिच इज क्लोज टू 90, करेक्ट. व्हिच इज क्लोज टू 90. तो ऐसा कौन सा नंबर है जो क्लोज टू 90 और 13 कैटेगरी? आई थिंक इट इज 91. 13 7 are 91. So therefore the total pages would be 91 plus 2 जो है पर दिया पेज नंबर्स. तो टोटल पेज नंबर्स would be 91 plus 2 93 पेज नंबर्स होंगे टोटल. ठीक. Now we have to find out उन्होंने उसमें कौन सा पेजेस था. Sum of pages initially. Sum of pages initially, sum of 93 pages. This is basically 1 2 3 से लेके 93 तक एंड इनका सम फाइंड करना है। तो मैंने लिखा है 93 into 93 plus 1/2. I'll tell you ये क्या है. So when you have to find out the sum of n natural numbers, ये 1 से start होता है, 1 से लेके anything is natural numbers, and when you assume 93 as the n, and you have to find out the sum of n natural numbers, the formula is function of n is equal to n into n plus 1 by 2. That is what they have used here. So the sum of these two will be 437, and sum of the two pages is the same. This 4256. Okay, ये क्या है? ये sum of 93 numbers है, और ये क्या है? sum after the two pages missing. Sum after the two pages missing कैसे निकाला उन्होंने? ये बाकी 2 पेजेस मिसिंग के बाद का एवरेज है इंटू 90 and 91. दिस इज एवरेज इंटू क्वांटिटी. ये सम, ये एवरेज कौन सा है 2 पेज पढ़ने के बाद, ये एन कौन सा है 2 पेज पढ़ने के बाद, ये सम कौन सा है 2 पेज मिसिंग होने के बाद, ये कौन सा है 2 पेज मिसिंग होने के पहले. तो अगर हम इन दोनों को माइनस कर दें मिसिंग पेजेस, अगर मान लो मिसिंग पेजेस एन फॉर मिसिंग एन प्लस 1 तो दूसरा बराबर ना. अगर 1 2 है तो 1 अगर n है तो 2 इज इक्वल टू n प्लस 1. इन दोनों को अगर माइनस करेंगे विल गिव अस द सम ऑफ द मिसिंग पेजेस. नो, किसको माइनस करेंगे? 437 क्या है? एवरेज ऑफ ऑल पेजेस, सम ऑफ ऑल पेजेस. 426 क्या है? सम ऑफ ऑल पेजेस आफ्टर द रिडक्शन ऑफ दीस टू, आफ्टर द कैरिंग ऑफ दीस टू पेजेस. इसको सॉल्व करेंगे तो विल गेट 115 इज इक्वल टू 2n प्लस 1. 115 is equal to 2n plus 1. Now that 1 goes that side, so 114 is equal to 2n. So your n का value is 57 and n plus 1 is 58. Very simple. And if you guys don't understand it like it, so you can try it again. And I hope you will get it. And that is all from my side. And hope you guys have understood. Have this. Thank you for bearing with me. I hope I was a great help to you. This is a very important chapter, and please do not miss out on this chapter, irrespective of the level of difficulty of the question. You have to do this. Alright? So that is me, Pizza, signing off. See you guys later. Alright? All the best. This is pretty fucked up though.
Hello everyone. So welcome to this session. This is on ratios, fairly easy topic. This is again me, Krishna Bajoria, in association with catking. Let's get started. So on ratios, guys, this is one of the easiest topics of CAT, but today we will make it very interesting. I'll teach you some unconventional methods in this video and in upcoming videos. We have 3 videos on ratios, ratio 1, 2 and 3. So you will see some unconventional methods to solve the questions on ratios, you will see CAT questions, and you will see some good concepts. So stay tuned. So the very first question for you, please try it out. This is again a CAT question. Because it's a fairly simple topic, so I have included CAT questions in bit and pieces here and there. try it out, and I hope you would be able to solve this question. It's a very good question, let me remind you. Just pause the screen and try it out. Okay, I hope every one of you have tried it out. What's your answer, guys? How many of you are getting the answer as 1? If you are getting the answer as 1, you are wrong. If you are getting the answer as -1/2, you are again wrong. The answer will be either 1 or -1/2. This is the complete answer of this question. How many of you got it right? If you got it right, it's excellent. Awesome. If not, please pay attention to this question. See, question would have been very easy for you. Seeing this question, why cat is giving such question, guys? If it is such an easy question that you can just see and mark the answer as 1, then why the hell is this question here, doing in cat? So there is some trick out of it, correct? Most of the students, when this question appeared in cat 19, most of the students marked the answer as 1 and they got it all wrong. They got -1 instead of +3 that they would have got otherwise. So please pay attention to such questions. Now let's have a look at the solution. First of all, there are 2 ways of approaching this question. The very first thing is property. You know that if a by b equal to c by d equal to e by f and so on, so on, so on. So this is equal to a plus c upon b plus d plus f. Means you can add the numerators, you can add the denominators, correct? You know this, right? This is a simple property of ratios. Now, if you apply this property, what are you getting? P plus q plus r, that this is also equal to p plus q plus r upon this plus this plus this, which is again p plus q plus r. Then simple answer is 1. You will mark this answer and you will move ahead. But then why has cat given this question? The reason is, guys, that when you apply this property, you are assuming that p plus q plus r is not equal to 0. You are assuming this. Keep this in mind, and whenever you are applying this property, you are assuming that p plus q plus r is not equal to 0. Now, once you have assumed this, that this is not equal to 0, then you have got the answer as 1. What if p plus q plus r is equal to 0? What if? You are not taking that condition, right? This is why cat has given you this question. If you would have brilliantly learned this as a formula and applied this in cat, you would have got it wrong. But if you would have gone to the concept part of it, you know that every time I focus on the concept part, right? So if you would have focused on the concept part, then you have moved to this approach. You would have written p plus q plus r equal to 0. This means what? You can write p upon, what is the value of q plus r? Q plus r is minus p. This is minus 2p, correct? Equal to q upon, what is p plus r? Minus q minus 2q. So r upon minus 2r, which is minus 1/2. If p plus q plus r equal to 0, answer is minus 1/2. Else answer is 1. So in cat, answer would be 1 or minus 1/2. I hope you like this question. Ratio, again, as I said, a very simple topic, but yes, a topic in which you need clarity. I will teach you some unconventional methods. We will see questions like this. I hope you like this question. It was a very good question to me in particular, because I knew students who made very silly mistakes in this question. Anyway, there is one more method of solving such questions. Let me quickly go on to tell that as well. You can see symmetry here, right? If you replace p by q, you are getting this. If you replace p by r, you are getting this, right? So if you do p equal to q equal to r, by symmetry also you will get the answer as 1. But again, this is one possibility as I just told you. Let's move to the next question. Try this question out, guys. Again, a good question. Please try it out. Some of the questions I have included here to teach you something. Although you might have covered everything in the class, but some of the questions I have still included here to teach you something. Like this question, we will see how to use some unconventional approach here as well. What and how should you actually use ratios? What is the conventional approach, guys? What is the third prime number? 5, right? What is the fourth prime number? 7. Third prime, 1 is neither prime nor composite. So that is why this question was decent. But anyway, so I think you guys already know, right? So the ratio is given as 5:7. The ratio between two numbers. Fine. So I can take the number as 5x and 7x. And I'm adding something to those numbers. So 5x plus conventional method this is 5x plus y upon 7x plus y equal to 7/9. correct? You'll solve this, you will get y equal to 2x. You know that the sum is 112, so 112 equal to what? 5x plus y plus 7x plus y, right? Solve this, you will get y equal to 14, x equal to 7. I hope this is not a concern to you. I hope this is simple. The question says that what number should be added so the ratio becomes 7:9. Ratio becomes 7:9. You are adding something to 5x, you are adding something to 7x, correct? This is a conventional method. Now, let's look at the unconventional method. Unconventional method. Guys, always think, whenever you are thinking of ratios, always try to think something out of the box. What it is given? Ratio becomes 7:9, correct? And sum is what? 112. So I can safely say 7x plus 9x equal to 112, right? So you can safely get this value. This is what? 9 plus 7, which is 16, correct? 16x equal to 112, so x, the value of x is 7, and hence the value of this number is 49, and value of this number is 63, correct? I have got these two numbers. I hope this is clear to you, that I have got these two numbers. This is an oral thing only, that sum is just, ratio is just very niche thing. One number is 49 and the number is 63, fine. No. What's the ratio given to you? 5:7, okay. So guys, one number is 5x, other number is 7x. You know this, right? Correct? You are adding something to these numbers. You are adding y to this, you are adding y to this. So can I directly write the very first equation that I will write, that 5x plus 7x is 12x plus 2y equal to 112? Because see, you are adding something to this number, you are adding something to this number, and finally you are getting the sum as 112. This will be the first equation, correct? Also, 5x, this is my 5x plus y equal to 49. 5x plus y equal to 49. Or, if you are unable to visualize this, I could have also said this, that 7x plus y equal to what? 63. 7x plus y equal to 63. And 5x plus y equal to 49. I could have said this, right? Very simple, very easy, right? The value of x that you will get is 7. So what are they asking me to calculate? What number must be added? So value of y will be 14. So just by visualizing this, that I am dividing 112 into 7 is to 9, and 112 division becomes 49 and 63, which becomes 5x plus y equal to 49, 7x plus y equal to 63. As simple as that, you will get the value of x and y. Correct? So let's move to the next question. Please try this question now. Again, there is one unconventional way here as well. This is again a cat question, guys, but we will solve it by an unconventional way. Please pause the video and try it out. Okay, talking about the conventional way first. What is the conventional way? That a by b is what? 2:3. B by C is what? 4:5. C by D is what? 1:3. So you have to make it such that there is an LCM, correct? So because B is 3 here, B is 4 here, I have to make it 3 and 4 LCM 12. So multiply this by 4, this becomes 12. Multiply this by 3, this becomes 12. C is 15 here, C is 1 here. So I have to make this 15 also. Multiply this by 15, multiply this by 15. What is the value of A is to B is to C is to D? A is 8, B is 12, C is 15, D is 45. I hope you might have covered all this in your basic lectures. So this is your ratio of A is to B is to C is to D. This is a conventional method that you take LCM. What if CAT would have asked you, they would have given you E is to F, F is to G, and so on. Then what? Then it would have been cumbersome, correct? If they would have given you something like this, then it would have been cumbersome for sure. So how to get out of it? There is one unconventional method. Listen to it very carefully. Just write the ratios here. A is to B is 2:3. B is to C is 4:5. C is to D is 1:3. And if D is to A is, then write here. E is to F, write here, and so on. Now we have been asked A is to B is to C is to D. The unconventional approach says, start taking numbers from the left and multiplying it. So if you multiply all the numbers from left, what you will get? 8. So first I will multiply all the numbers from the left, correct? Then what I will do? I will multiply 2 numbers from the left and 1 number from the right. So 2 numbers from the left, I will keep moving downwards, okay? 2 numbers from the left, 1 number from the right. Answer is 12. So B becomes 12. What about C? Now only 1 number from the left, which is 1, and all the other numbers from the right. 2 numbers from the right. You will increase this and you will decrease the left hand side, you will increase the right hand side. So 1 into 3 into 5, 15. What about D? No numbers from the left, now because left quota is completed, and all the numbers from the right. So 3 into 5 into 3, which is 45. You got your answer. This is a simple trick. Whether they have given you 2 ratios, 10 ratios, 100 ratios, you can find the answer by this simple trick. I hope you like this. Again, it was a CAT question and an oral one as well. Next. Try to solve this question, and please don't get this wrong. A very simple question, but a very interesting one indeed. Okay. I hope you would have got the answer to this question. The answer is cannot be determined. CBD. Why? Why the answer is CBD? See. Just for a simple reason, without even lifting pen and paper, if A is to B is given as 4 is to 5, units would have been same. If A is 4 kgs, let's say, then B would be 5 kgs. Units would be same. Correct, guys? So this is kg plus kg. So numerator is kg. Okay. This is kg square plus kg. Correct? I've assumed that, let's say, if A and B are in kg, then what? So I cannot add kg square with kg. Hence, whenever you are solving a question on ratios, always check the unit, guys. Units are really important. Always check the units whenever you are solving question on ratios. Okay? Answer is cannot be determined in this case. Also, suppose this question would have been 3a plus 2b, then what? Then the units are fine. Then how you will solve it? Just divide it by a. So a cancel, this become b by a cancel, this become b by a. So this is 4 plus 3 into b by a. What's the value of b by a? A by b is given as 4 is to 5. So b by a is 5 is to 4. Just put the value, you will solve it. But here, even if you divide it by a would be remaining here. Correct? Hence you cannot solve. You also cannot put directly a equal to 4, b equal to 5. What students do is, they put a equal to 4 and b equal to 5 and give the answer in exam, which is wrong. So please try to avoid these silly mistakes. I hope you have found this video useful. Let's move to the next video now. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to this session. This is a video on ratios. The second video on ratios by me, Krishna Bajoria, in association with catking. So guys, in the very first video, you might have seen that how we used unconventional approaches, right, to solve the question on ratios. Similar thing will happen in this video as well. Stay tuned. If you have not watched the previous video, please watch it first. Let's get started. The very first question is on the screen. Please try it out. Again, I'll try to include as many question types that are possible in CAT via these videos, and we'll cover the topic in entirety. Okay, so fairly easy one. Ratio of ages of mother and daughter is 7:3, correct? So mother is to daughter is given as what? 7:3, correct? Mother was 26-year-old when she gave birth to her only son. Okay. So when son was born, mother was 26 years old. Fine. Daughter is 6 years elder to the son. So daughter was 6 years old when the son was born. So what is the difference between mother and daughter? 20 years. So guys, this difference will always be constant. Mother and daughter will always have a age difference of 20 years. Mother will always be elder to the daughter by 20 years. Correct? So if currently the ratio of ages is 7:3, mother is 7x, daughter is 3x, what's the difference? 4x. What's the value of 4x? 20. What's the value of x? 5. Right? The value of x is 5, hence, the value of x is 5. What is that? Are they asking me present age of mother? Present age of mother is 35. 7 into 5 is 35 years. Simple question, right? So just for the entirety part of it, whenever there is a question on age, the difference is always constant. You just have to remember this. Let's move to the next question. Yeah, here it is. Try this question out. So again, we'll see this question by two approaches. One is the conventional approach, other is the unconventional approach. So let's first have a look at the conventional approach. The ratio of A is to B is given as what? 4:3, right? Which is the income ratio, income of A, income of B. Expenditure of A and expenditure of B is given as 3:2, correct? So conventional approach says, let this be 4x, let this be 3x, let this be 3y, let this be 2y, right? What is savings? 4x minus 3y. And what is the ratio? And it is also given me that A saves 1/3 of his income. Saving of A is 4x minus 3y, which is 1/3 of his income. What is the income of A? 4x. So saving of A is 1/3 of his income, right? So that gives me 8x equal to 9y. This is just the conventional approach that I am talking about. Also, they are asking me the ratio of the savings. What is the ratio of the savings? 4x minus 3y upon 3x minus 2y, right? I know x by y divided by y. So 4 minus 3y by x, 3 minus 2y by x. What is the value of y by x? Y by x, the value is 8 by 9, right? Just put 8 by 9, you will get your answer as 12:11. So this is one method, conventional method. Okay. Now let's have a look at the other method, which is the unconventional method. So what does this unconventional method do? Whenever there is this type of question in which on addition of 2 or on subtraction of 2 I am getting a third, I always follow this method. Make a table. Income, expenditure, savings. A, B. Right? Let this be 3x, let this 4x, let it be 3x. This is fine, right? Okay. Now it is given that A saves 1/3 of his income. By these questions, my motive is to teach you these unconventional methods. In the previous lecture also we saw 2 to 3 unconventional methods, right? In this also we will see the same. My method is to teach you those methods which are useful to you in examinations to solve the question really quickly. So what is the savings? 4x by 3. Now this minus this equal to this, income minus expenditure equal to saving. So 4x minus something is equal to 4x by 3, right? So this will be what? 8x by 3 obviously, because 8 plus 4, 12, 12 by 3 is 4x obviously, right? Okay. Now the ratio of expenditure is given as 3:2. So 8x by 3 to something equal to 3:2, right? So what is the value of this y? This will be nothing but 16x by 9. This will be 16x by 9. Now again, this minus this is savings. So 3x minus 16x by 9 is savings, which is 11x by 9. You got your simple answer that the ratio is this is to this, which is 12:11. So by doing this, what I did is I eliminated the other variable y entirely. in the previous question, we included a variable y, right? But in this question, we never used y. You can even do this question orally if you are well equipped. But even if you are making a table, this will not take more than 20 to 30 seconds to solve. Max 20 to 30 seconds to solve by this method. I hope you got it. Let's move to the next question. Please try this question now. Again, there will be a conventional method, there will be an unconventional method. If you will use the conventional method, you will see that you are giving a lot of time. If you will use the unconventional method, you will save that amount of time. Now please pause the video and try it. Okay, so I hope you guys would have tried this out. Now the question says 62,500 is to be divided in 4 parts: P, Q, R and S, right? Also it is given 4 times the share of person, 4P equal to 3Q is equal to 2R equal to S. This is given in the question, correct? This is given to me, right? So what is the conventional method? That P plus Q plus R plus S equal to 62,500. Convert everything to S. P is S by 4, Q is S by 3, R is S by 2 plus S equal to 62,500. Find the value of S and then find other values. This is the conventional method, lengthy method, correct? Now let's have a look at the unconventional method. I hope you got this method, pretty simple, right? Unconventional method. Now let's have a look at this unconventional method. Okay, so what is given? 4P equal to 3Q equal to 2R equal to S is given. You might have read this concept in your basic ratios lecture, that if you how to convert this, if you are converting it into fraction, basically if I want to convert these into ratios and I want to remove this equality sign and convert this into ratios, what I do? I hope you all know, right? That we take the LCM. What is the LCM? LCM of 4, 3, 2 and 1 is 12. You take the LCM divided by that LCM, right? So dividing by 12, dividing each and everything by 12, what will I get? P by 3 equals Q by 4 equals R by 6 equals S by 12, right? Hence P is to Q is to R is to S is what? 3 is to 4 is to 6 is to 12. You could have written this directly also without this much calculation. LCM is 12. 4P is given, this will be 3. 4 3s are 12. This is 3, this will be 4. This will be 2, this will be 6. This is 1, this will be 12. I think we teach this in basic 1, so there is no further explanation needed here. Now you know the ratios, correct? You know the ratio is given, total share is given. How simple is this? You just have converted this equal to sign into ratios. Always follow this unconventional method. Whenever a sign of equality is given, convert it into ratios and then solve the question. So what is this? 24x. Let this be 3x, 4x, 6x, 12x. So 24x, the value is given as 62,500. Correct? What's the value of x? 62,500 divided by 24. Right? Now, once you know this value, you can easily calculate p, which is 3x, or even if you calculate p, let's say I calculated this p. So I got p. P was what? 3x. If p, now what will be r? R will be double of p because this is 6x. So double of p. What will be s? S will be 4 times of p. So if I am calculating p, I am getting my each and every answer. What about q? Q will be 1 by 3rd of our s. S is 12. Q will be 1 by 3rd of s. So I have calculated s. I will calculate q. So you just need to calculate one value, and from that one value you can calculate each and every other value. So what is the key takeaway from this question? Barring the calculation, the key takeaway of this question is, whenever there is an equal to sign given, how you can convert it to the ratio sign and how to use it. This was the key concept. Okay. Next question. Again, I just wanted to include this question for completion's sake. This is a question on proportionality that we learn in ratios. Please try this question out. So in the previous video we saw 2-3 unconventional approaches. Today we saw 2-3 unconventional approaches in ratios. In the next lecture we will be seeing few CAT questions and few really good questions on ratios. Okay, I hope you have solved this question. Let's have a look. Weights are in the ratio what? A precious stone had fallen and the weights broke in the ratio 2:3. So 2x and 3x, correct? The value of stone is proportional to the square of its weight. So if weight is 2x, what is square of its weight? 4x square. If weight is 3x, what's square of its weight? 9x square. Correct? And what is the total weight? 5x. So what is the square of the weight in totality? 25x square. So the value of the stone before breaking is 26,000. That is given to you. That 25x square the value is 26,000. Find the loss due to breakage. So what was the value after breaking? Value after breaking is 13x square. Correct? So this was the value before breaking. This is value after breaking. What is the loss? Loss is of 12x square. Value of x square is 26,000 upon 12. 25 into 12, which is 12,480. This is your answer. Simple question, simple enough. Just a simple concept of proportionality. Just wanted to introduce this. So stay tuned for the next lecture, guys, because in that we will solve few CAT questions and those will be really good. Thank you. Hello everyone. So welcome to this third lecture on ratios. Again, this is me, Krishna Bajoria, in association with catking. If you have not seen the previous two lectures, please I would urge you to please first go and see ratio 1 and ratio 2. I have covered some unconventional approaches there and we have seen some CAT question. In today's lecture as well, we will see some very good CAT questions. So let's get started. First question. This question I have included just for the sake of completion of the topic, because again this includes proportionality concept. Please try this question now and then we'll move to the CAT questions. Okay, I hope you have tried this question now. This is a simple question, right? Like men, they can survive for 54 days at 3 kg per day per man. Right? So man will be inversely proportional to what number of days? Because if number of days are less, then more men can be there. Or conversely, if I increase number of men, then they will live less number of days, because I will assume that total ration that they have is constant. So total total quantity that they have is constant. This will be inversely proportional. Similarly, man will be inversely proportional to what? This rate of consumption, which is 3 kg per day per man. Because if they will eat more, then they will survive less. As simple as that, correct? So M becomes directly inversely proportional to both D and R. So I can write M equal to KD upon R, or simply MK equal to MDR. So M1 D1 R1 equal to M2 D2 R2, as simple as that. You can also see it by this way. This is one way of seeing this question. Other way is 1200 men are there. They are there for 54 days and they are consuming 3 kg per day. This is the total quantity that they have. I am correct? Similarly, this is same. If you can use the proportionality concept here or the common logic here. So if some men joined, so men became 1200 plus x, right? They survived only for 45 days at 2.5 kg per day. Now you can easily solve this, which is the same. You can see MDR equal to K, MDR equal to M1D1 R1 equal to M2 D2 R2. Both are the same thing. Correct. Let me quickly solve this. This will be 1200 into 45, so this becomes 1200 into 9. So this becomes 45x, correct? And 45x plus 1200 into 9, and this will be 3 and 2.5. Okay. So the value of M that I will get from here is, this will be, I think, 1728, if I am not wrong. Okay. Yeah, 1728. So what is the question? Number of men joining the garrison. 1200 were there, 528 more joined. Answer became 1728. Correct? Let's move to the next question. A very good question. CAT question on ratios. Please try this question. Okay, so I hope you guys have tried this question. Simple question. The ratio of a 2-digit natural number. So let that number be AB. So what is given is 2-digit natural number 10A plus B, and reverse of it 10B plus A. The value should be equal to 4:7. Guys, and keep making notes, please. Whatever unconventional approaches I have told you in the first two videos, please keep making notes. Right? So from here you will get what? 70A, 40A. 70A and this will be 4a. Okay, this will be 7b, and this will be 40b. Okay, so you will get a by b is 2. A by b is 1 is to 2 from here. Correct? You got a by b equal to 1 is to 2. Fine. Which of the following is the sum of all the natural numbers of such pair? So a and b is there. If value of a is, these are digits, right? The value of a can range from 1 to 9. B can range from 1 to 9. Correct? If a is 1, then b will be 2. If a is 2, b will be 4. A is 3, b will be 6. A is 4, b will be 8, and that's it. If a is 5, then b has to be 10, which is not possible. So these are the 4 possibilities. Am I correct? What the numbers form? Numbers will be 12, 24, 36, 48. Obviously, correct? Reverse will be 21, 42, 63, 84. Just add these, and that too you can do it really quickly. This will be what? 12 will be common. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. Correct? I am taking 12 common. So 12 into 10 plus. From here, 21 common. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. So 21 into 10. Answer is 330. This is your simple answer. So what is the sum of all such pairs? Answer is 330. See how simply you solve this question. This is a simple question on ratios, but it was a CAT question. So you see how easily we have solved this just by using basic knowledge. Let's move to the next CAT question. And please make note, guys. Again, a very good question. Please pause the video and try this question out. Okay, I hope you have tried it out and you are also making the notes sideways. A fruit salad has oranges, apples and guavas. Fine. So oranges is to apples is to guavas is given as 2 is to 5 is to 8. Correct? Number of apples is more than the number of oranges by a number that is a multiple of both 6 and 8. So apples is more than oranges by how much? Multiple of both 6 and 8. That means LCM of 6 and 8. Correct? Which is 24. Oranges plus 24x. Or let this be k. 24k. Right? This will be k. Now I am assuming if this is 2x, this is 5x, this is 8x. What is the difference between apple and oranges? 24k. Here what is the difference between apple and oranges? 2x minus 5x, that is 3x. So 3x equal to 24k. And what is the question asking me? Minimum number of fruits in his shop. Minimum number of fruits. When this will be minimum? When the value of k equal to 1. Then this will be minimum. So the value of x will be, in that case, 8. How many fruits will be there? 2x plus 5x plus 8x, which is 15x. Answer is 15 into 8, which is 120. Just a tough looking question, nothing else. See how easily we were able to solve this question. Correct? So yeah, that was it from my side for ratios. I told you few unconventional approaches in the beginning of the lecture, that is in ratio 1 and 2. Please try to use those approaches, guys. We saw how to convert equal to into ratios. We saw how to use the unconventional approaches. We saw how easily we can solve any question on ratios, right? LCM is the key, as I have told you in the previous videos as well. So have a nice day. I'll end the topic of ratios here. Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is Preet sir, and today we are going to do ratio and proportion, and this is one of the very basic chapters for your CAT and other competitive exams, and all the competitive exams, and it is one of the chapters which you need to study to have a clear and a basic understanding of the rest of the chapters, as well as for data interpretation and logic as well. And so let's start. I think we've all covered this chapter in our fourth grade, and since then we have been doing ratio proportion in some way or the other. And we all know basically what ratio proportion is, and today we are going to brush up with all the basics and the concepts and a few given examples. Alright. So what is ratio? Ratio is basically a mathematical term to compare two similar quantities expressed in the same units. So if they are not in the same units, we cannot compare them. Or if we have to compare them, we convert them into same units, and only then we can compare them. So let's see what is the basic concept of ratio. Ratios, as we know, are denoted in the terms of x is to y, or we can call it as x upon y, where x is the numerator and y is the denominator. Alright, so let's see what is comparison basically. So if we've been asked that out of these two ratios, 2 is to 3 and 5 is to 9, we have to find out which is the bigger one. So now we cannot directly compare these ratios because neither the numerators are common nor the denominators nor we know the quantities. So if you want to compare them, we have to first write them in the fraction form. So the fraction form is 2 upon 3 and 5 by 9. Now to compare them, we can reduce these fractions with and to a common denominator. So we reduce them to a common denominator. How do you reduce them to a common denominator? So 2 is to 3, we can make 3 as 9. So we can write 2 into 3 upon 3 into 3. So that becomes 6 by 9, and the other ratio is 5 by 9. Now we can compare these two ratios because the denominators are same. So we can compare the numerators now, which is 6 and 5. We know that 6 is greater than 5, and thus 2 by 3 becomes greater than 5 by 9. Alright, so let's move on to proportion. What is proportion? Proportion is basically when two ratios are equal, the four quantities are said to be in proportion. So if A upon B is equal to C upon D, they are in proportion, that is A, B, C, D are in continuous proportion. Alright, and we know how proportion is written as A is to B, double is to C is to D. Alright, so what is the explanation or what is the application if the ratios are in proportion? So if A, B, C, D are in proportion, which means A upon B is equal to C upon D, we can cross multiply them and we get AC is to BD. Now something I think you all know this. Okay, so before moving on, I will tell you something that you don't know. Here B and C are the middlemost quantities and they are written as means. Alright, while A and D are not the middle quantities, they are on the extreme sides, so they are written as extremes. So B and C are means and A and D are extreme. Now what if three quantities, let's say A, B and C are in proportion, what happens then? That results into B square is equal to AC. Now how does this happen? So let's say three quantities A, B, C are in proportion, so that is A upon B is equal to B upon C. Now we cross multiply and we get B square is equal to AC. Now here B is the only middlemost quantity, so it is known as the mean proportional. B here is known as the mean proportional. So these are the basic concepts that we have all studied in our earlier grades. Now let's try and solve the question. Alright, let's take an example. There are 240 doctors and nurses at a hospital. If the ratio of doctors to nurses is 5:7, how many nurses are at the hospital? So the ratio of doctors and nurses is given 5:7. The sum of doctors and nurses is given as 240, and we have to find out how many nurses are there. So we will take our older approach, which is we take a common multiple to be x. Thus the doctors become 5x and nurses become 7x. And when we add them, we get 240. So 5x plus 7x is 240. That is 12x is equal to 240 and x is equal to 20. 240 upon 12 gives you 20. Now we have to find out nurses, and doctors is 5x which is equal to 100, 5 into 20, and we have to find out nurses, which is 7x, that is 7 into 20, 140. It's a pretty simple question. I hope you guys know this. Alright. Now let's look at another question, which is, we'll look at the same question but a different approach. Okay. You have to find out how many nurses are at the hospital. The ratio is 5:7 and 240 is the total number of doctors and nurses. Now here, what is it? Doctors is 5 by 12. 5 by 12. How is 5 by 12? 5 is the share of doctors upon total. Total is 5 plus 7. And thus nurses becomes 7 by 12. So nurses is 7 by 12 into 240. Correct? Because 240 is the total number, you have to find out the share of nurses. So that becomes 7 by 12 into 240. So that becomes 7 into 20 because 12, 20 is a. So that gives us 140. Now out of these two approaches, you can solve using any one of the approach that you find most comfortable with. You find it much more easier, and you can use any one of these approaches. Depends totally on you. It is your choice. Alright. While solving questions today, I try to use both these methods occasionally so that we solve questions using both the methods, and we'll try to understand both of them. Alright. Let's move on to the next example. Here it is mentioned that the scale of 3/4 of a centimeter is 1 kilometer. If the distance on the map between two towns, okay, this is not tons, this is towns, okay? This is not tons, this is towns. If the distance on the map between two towns is 60 centimeter, what is the actual distance? So this said is the scale of 3/4 of centimeter is 1 kilometer. So in a map, 3/4 of a centimeter is basically 1 kilometer in real life. So what will be 60 centimeters in real life? So now these two ratios are equal, let the actual distance be x kilometers between these towns. So the ratio becomes 3 by 4 is to 1, and which is 60 is to x. They are in continued proportion because the ratio is going to remain the same. Now we can cross multiply. So x goes on the left hand side and 1 goes on the right hand side. So this becomes 3x by 4 is equal to 60. 1 and to 60, 1 by 60 is as is, so that remains 60, and 3x by 4. Now 4 goes on this side and 3 goes on this side and turns into divide. So x is equal to 60 into 4 by 3, which is 240 by 3. Thus x is equal to 80 kilometers. So the total distance between these two towns in real life is 80 kilometers. I hope you've understood this. Okay. Moving on. A bag contains 216 in the form of 1 rupee, 50 paise and 25 paise coins in the ratio 2 is to 3 is to 4. So the number of 50 paise coins is how much? We have to find out the number of 50 paise coins is how much. So given the ratio is equal to 2 is to 3 is to 4. Correct. Now 100 rupee is x, 50 paise is 1 by 2 and 25 paise is 1 by 4. Now we will assume that 1 rupee is x, 50 paise is x by 2 and 25 paise is x by 4. Correct? This is what they meant. Alright. Now before all of this, let's find out the value of x. I am erasing this so that you can see the solutions more clearly. Alright. So the equation becomes 2x plus 3x by 2 plus 4x by 4. Correct? 2x because the corresponding of value for 1 in the ratio is basically 2. Corresponding value for 50 paise is 3 and corresponding value for 25 paise coins is 4. So we get 2x plus 3x by 2 plus 4x by 4, and okay, before we move on to this, let's try to solve this. So that is 2x plus 3x by 2 plus x, which is equal to 216. Now we will take LCM of 2 and multiply everything by 2, so that becomes 4x plus 3x plus 2x. Which is equal to 216 into 2. So 4x plus 3x plus 2x is equal to 7x plus 2x, which is 9x, is equal to 216. So x is basically 216 into 2. So x is equal to 216 into 2, Let's not multiply these and make our calculations difficult. We can keep them as it is. Alright. So x is equal to 216 by 9. Now we know 216 by 9. 9 2s are 18 and 9 4s are 36. So 24 into 2. So basically x is equal to 48. So the value is 48. Correct? So the value is 48. Now let's find out the value of rupees. So 2x is basically rupees in 1 rupee coin. So 2x is basically 96. 3x is equal to 144 and 4x is equal to 224. Correct? Sorry, not 224. I'm sorry, my mistake. It is not 224. Just a second. It becomes 192. I'm sorry, my mistake. So 4x is 192. Now these are rupees. So 96 rupees in terms of 1 rupee coins. Correct? 144 rupees in terms of 50 paise coins and 192 rupees in terms of 25 paise coins. So 96 rupees in terms of 1 rupee coins is going to give you 96 coins. What do you have to find out? You have to find out the number of 50 paise coins. So 144 rupees in terms of 50 paise coins is basically, correct, is how many coins? 10. Alright. I hope you guys understand what I am trying to show you here. Alright? Okay. Now, what did we do here? 96 rupees in terms of 1 rupee coins is basically 96 rupees, which is 2x. Correct? Okay. So now this is 3x. 3x ka value is given to us as 144. Correct? So 3x is 144. That is 144 coins. 144 coins and this is 192 coins. Correct? So 96, 144, 192. Now let's find out the amount. Okay, 144 in terms of 50 paise coins is basically 72 rupees. 192 coins in terms of 25 paise is basically equal to how many coins? Is equal to 48 coins. 48 rupees, sorry. 192 coins, correct? 192 coins in terms of 25 paise is going to give you 48. And this is 96. I hope you understood this. This is not rupees, this is coins, okay? Just know that this is 3x, this is actually 3x by 2 which we divided it here. Divided by 2. Here this was 4x by 4 which we divided by 4 here. Correct. Now when you add all of this, these are rupees, no? These are rupees and these are coins. When you add rupees, you will get the final total as 216. That is why our answer is correct. So the number of coins of 50 paise is how much? 144. Correct. Let's move on. So this is a fairly simple question. A is to B is equal to A is to B is to C is equal to 2 is to 3 is to 4. Then what is the value of A by B is to B by C is to C by A? Correct. So let A is equal to 2x, B is equal to 3x and C is equal to 4x. We are using the common multiple wala equation. Alright. Therefore A upon B becomes 2x by 3x which is equal to 2 by 3. B by C is equal to 3x by 4x which is 3 by 4. And C by 4 is equal to 4x by 2x which is equal to 1 by 2. Alright. Let's move on. Thus, A upon B is to B upon C is to C upon A is equal to 2 by 3 is to 3 by 4 is to 1 by 2. Correct? So we multiply 24 throughout. Okay, we multiply 24 throughout. We get 8 is to 9 is to 6. How did we get? Also 2 by 3 into 24. Okay, 3 by 4 into 24. 1 by 2 into 24. Okay, let's see, is it correct or not? Just a second. So 2 by 3 into 24. This is 3 by 4 into 24. That's all this. So this is 3 8s are. 2 into 8 is 16. 4 6 are, which is 80. 1 by 2 into 24, which is 2 12s are, which is 12. Correct? 16 is to 18 is to 12. We can reduce this by 2. Okay, so a lot of people might be wondering, why did we multiply throughout by 24 when we could have done it by 12? Alright, there is no issue if you've done it by 12. I've done it by 24 to be on a safer side, just to show that we can reduce these ratios more if they have a common multiple, which is 2. Okay, so we reduce this by 2, so that becomes 16. 8 is to 18 becomes 9. 12 becomes 6. 8 is to 9 is to 6. Thus, A by B upon B by C upon C by A is equal to 8 by 9. 8 is to 9 is to 6. Okay. Now, I think before we move on, there is an issue of people might be wondering, C upon A is 4x by 2x, which is 2 by 1. That is a printing mistake. Here it is not C by A, it is A by 6. A by C. Alright. So it is A upon B is to B by C is to A by C. Throughout. All throughout. Correct? So the answer is 8 is to 9 is to 6, and this question has appeared in NMAT 2011 and CET 2014. Okay, let's move on. So I want you guys to pause this video and try to solve this question on your own. Alright, so a sum of money is to be distributed among A, B, C, D in the proportion 5 is to 2 is to 4 is to 3. If C gets 1000 rupees more than D, then what is the share of B? Okay, it's a pretty simple question. Let's try to solve this. So let the shares of A, B, C, D be 5x, 2x, 4x and 3x respectively. So if C gets 1000 more than D, that is 4x minus 3x is equal to 1000. So we can find the value of x. X becomes 1000. Now, what do you have to find? You have to find out the share of B. So B is how much? B's share is 2x, which is 2 into 1000. Thus the value of B is 2000 rupees. It's a pretty simple question. I hope you guys understood this. Alright, let's move on. Sixth example. The sum of three numbers is 98. The ratio of the first to the second is 2 by 3. And the ratio of second to the third is 5 by 8. What is the second number? Alright, so this is A is to B given to you as 2 by 3 and B is to C given to you as 5 by 8. And we know A plus B plus C is equal to 98. A is to B is 2 by 3, B is to C is 5 by 8. Since both the ratios consider B, we will write A is to B is to C as one ratio around B's LCM of 15. So we can make these ratios in a continued variable. That is A is to B is to C if the values of B are same. So we'll take the LCM of B and make it 15. So that becomes A is to B becomes 10 is to 15. We multiply them by 5. So 2 into 5 is 10 and 3 into 5 15. B is to C becomes 15 is to 24. Here we multiply them by 3. 5 3s are 15 and 8 3s are 24. So it becomes a continued ratio of 10 is to 15 is to 24. Now we can take a common multiple x. So it becomes 10x plus 15x plus 24x is equal to 98. That is 49x is equal to 98. Now we know this x is equal to 98 by 49, which is 2. and we have to find out the value of b, the second number, which is 15x. So 15 into 2 is 30. I hope you've got this. Next question. Okay, this is a pretty good question. I want you guys to pay utmost attention towards this. Please take notes and make sure you understand this question very carefully. Okay, so a man divides his property so that his son's share to his wife's share and his wife's share to his daughter's share are both in the ratio 3:1. If the daughter gets 10,000 less than the son, the value of the whole property is how much? So what they've told is son is to wife is 3:1 and wife is to daughter is also 3:1. Now as we can see clearly that there is a common multiple between them, which is WW, wife share. We can take the LCM of 3 and 1 and make it a continued ratio of son is to wife is to daughter. Alright? So that is 9:3:1. We've taken the LCM of 3:1 and in both the variables, and the ratio becomes 9:3:1. We multiply the first variable, that is son is to wife, with 3, so that the wife becomes 3 and the son becomes 9. That is 9:3:1, which is 9x 3x plus x is equal to 13x. Correct? So now we know that the difference between the son and the daughter's share is 10,000. So the share of the son is 9x, we know share of the daughter is x, and the difference between them, that is 9x minus x, which is 8x, is equal to 10,000. Correct? So we get the value of x is equal to 1250. Now x is not the whole property, correct? The whole property is 13x. So 13 into 1250 is equal to 16,250. Correct? Alright, so let's move on to the next example. This is a pretty simple example. What is the fourth proportion to 5, 8, 15? And to find out the fourth proportion. So we will assume the fourth proportion to be x. Correct? So the proportion becomes 5:8, 7:15:x. And we can cross multiply. We know it as AC is equal to BB. The 5 into x is equal to 8 into 15. Now we can find the value of x. X is equal to 15 into 8 upon 3. So 3 5s are 15. So 5 into 8 becomes 40. So this is the basic concept of proportion, and we've solved 2-3 examples of them. Let's move on to the next example. So rupees 750 is to be distributed among A, B and C such that A's share to B's share is equal to 2:3 and B's share to C's share is 6:5. Correct? Now we have to find out what is the share of B. So this is one of those type of questions where there are 3 variables and we can find a common variable, that is B, and we can find a continued ratio. So to find the share of B, we must know A is to B is to C. We know this. So we can find out that by, since B is a common quantity, we can make it as, we can convert the LCM 3 and 6 ka LCM is 6. So A is to B is equal to 4:6 and B is to C is equal to 6:5. So the continued ratio becomes 4:6:5. There is a printing mistake here. It is not 4:5:6. It is 4:6. Since B is 6, we write it as 4:6:5. So the share of A is equal to 4 upon 15. Now we are doing this the second method, the upon method. So 4 upon 15. 15 is basically 4 upon 4 plus 6 plus 5 into 750. So that is 4 upon 15 into 750. Correct? So 4 by 15 into 750, and we know 15 into 5 is 75. So 4 into 50, that gives us 200. So the share of A is 200. I hope that is clear to you. Alright. So with that, we come to an end of ratios and proportion part 1. And I hope you've understood this. I hope you enjoyed the session. And when you come for the second session of ratio and proportion, you please revise this session and do come. I hope you have been maintaining notes. Please try to solve such similar questions. Alright? Great. Have a nice day. Alright, all the best. Hello and welcome everyone to ratio and proportion part 2. Today we are going to do questions which are of higher level of difficulty, that is from very basics and easy questions to we move on to medium level of difficulty of questions. And after we are done with this, you guys will be thorough with your concepts and examples and variety or at most variety of questions possible, and you will be able to solve majority and the entire chunk of questions of this chapter. And today we are going to cover a lot of varieties. I hope you guys have your notes and everything ready. Please, aaj dhyan deke, we will study today and we will rock it. Right? So let's begin. We will start with examples because all the concepts of ratios are clear and the concept of proportion has also been done in the previous video. If you have not watched it, please do, and only then come back here so that you guys are thorough with the basics and you can move on to higher level of difficulty questions. Alright, so the question is, A and B are two alloys of gold and copper prepared by mixing metals in the proportion 7:2 and 7:11 respectively. If equal quantities of alloys are melted to form a third alloy, C, the proportion of gold and copper in C will be how much? So A is an alloy is already a mixture. So A is a mixture of gold and copper in the ratio 7:2, and B is an alloy also of gold and copper which is in the ratio 7:11. Alright, now we have to mix both of these alloys to form a third alloy C, and we have to find out how much gold and copper is there in C. Alright, that is what we have to basically find out. Alright, so take a moment, pause the video and try to solve this question on your own. Alright, so now I won't be waiting for you, I'll start it. And let's go. So the gold in C would be 7/9 plus 7/18. Why? Because the gold in A is basically 7 upon 7 plus 2, that is 7/9. And gold in B is basically 7 upon 7 plus 11, which is 7/18. So 7/9 plus 7/18. Which when you solve, you take LCM, you make 9 into 18, so the 7 becomes 14. So 14 plus 7 upon 18, that is 21/18. So if you still have a doubt, let's try, we'll solve this. So this is 7/9 plus 7/18. You take the LCM as 18 common, that is the denominator becomes 18. This 7 becomes 14 because you multiply 2 to 9 and 7 both. So this becomes as is 14 plus 7, which is 21/18. Similarly, copper will be 2/9 plus 11/18. You take the LCM, you will get 15/18. Let's see how. Okay, so this is 2/9 plus 11/18. So your LCM is 18, so the denominator is going to be 18. Now you multiplied 9 with 2 to get 18, so you multiply 2 also with 2, so that is 4 plus 11. I hope that is clear. 15/18. So gold is to copper will be 21/18 is to 15/18. 18 gets cancelled. Your answer is 21/15. Right? Let's move on. Next example. This is a very good question. This has come in a lot of competitive exams. I want you guys to pay attention very much. Alright? So divide 671 rupees among A, B and C such that if their shares are increased by 3, 7 and 9 respectively, the remainder shall be in the ratio 1:2:3. Take a moment, try to understand this question. Okay, so what are they saying is we have to divide 671 between A, B and C. Now they've said that if after the division, if their shares are increased by, let's say A increases by 3, B is increased by 7 and the amount of C increases by 9, that increase in amount is in the ratio 1:2:3. So how do you solve this? So basically we have to find out the answers of shares of A, B and C. Alright, so we'll take the common multiple to be X. Now, after the increase, the numbers will become x, 2x and 3x. उनको जो शेयर्स मिल गया उसके बाद A में 3 रुपये डाल दिया, B में 7 और C में 9. उसके बाद the ratio will become 1:2:3. So the numbers after the increase will be x, 2x and 3x. Correct. So let the shares of A, B and C will be x minus 3 because उसमें 3 increase हुआ था तो 3 निकाल देंगे. B में से 7 निकालेंगे. अच्छा लेकिन x minus 7 नहीं होगा ना, 2x minus 7 होगा because B is 2x. And C is 3x, 3x में C में 9 ऐड किया था तो वो निकाल देंगे which is 3x minus 9. Now the addition of all of these is going to be equal to 671 because 671 ही divide करना था, correct? So x minus 3 plus 2x minus 7 plus, okay, this is plus, alright, this is not equal to, this is plus sign, is equal to 671. So when you solve this, okay, so this is x plus 2x, x plus 2x plus 3x gives you 6x, minus 3 minus 7 minus 10 minus 10 minus 9 minus 19. So 671 plus 19 becomes 690. Minus 19 this side goes that side becomes plus 19. So 671 plus 19 becomes 690. So you get the answer of x. So x is equal to 115. So if x is 115, A is equal to 115, B is equal to 112, and C is equal to 336. I hope you get this. Alright, okay, I think there's some mistake here. Okay, B is not going to be equal to 112, I think there's some printing mistake. So B is basically 2x, so 2x will be equal to 230. Correct, it will be 230. Now B is what? B is 2x minus 7. So you subtract 230 minus 7 and you will get 223. Correct. Now same. X is what? X is A. A is 115. X is 115. The value of A is basically x minus 3. So that is 115 minus 3, which will give you 112. What is C? C is basically 3x. So 3x is basically 3 into 115. 3 into 115 is basically 345. 345 minus 9. Correct? Minus 9 because 9 was originally added, which will give you 336. I hope that is clear now. So the answers are 112, 223 and 336. The values of A, B and C. Alright, let's move on. Next question. So the monthly incomes of two people are in the ratio 4:5 and their expenditures are in the ratio 7:9. If each one saves rupees 50 a month, the sum of their monthly income is how much? They have to find out the sum of the monthly income. Their incomes are given in the ratio and their expenditures are given in the ratio, correct? You have to find, and it is said that if they save rupees 50 a month, both of them, the savings are 50 rupees, you have to find out the sum of their monthly income. Alright, so let the common multiple be x and the monthly income of one person be 4x, so the other ones become 5x. And their expenditure becomes 7y and 9y. Correct? Now, 4x minus 7y is going to be 50 because income minus expenditure is savings. Similarly, 5x minus 9y is also going to be 50. Correct? Because income minus expenditure is savings. Now, we have to solve these two equations. We will get y is equal to 50 and x is equal to 100. Alright? Now, how did they solve this question? So, we have to either solve x or y. Alright, so we'll try and go with x. Okay, so 4x minus 7y becomes 20x minus 35y, which is going to be equal to 250. So what we did, we multiplied 1 by 5. Now we will multiply 2 by 4 so that the value of x becomes same. So this becomes 20x minus 36y which is equal to 200. Now when you subtract these two, to subtract these two. So this becomes minus, it gets cancelled. This minus 36 becomes plus 36. So minus 35y plus 36y gives you y. And 250 minus 200 gives you 50. Alright, so y, the value of y is 50. Now let's try to solve this in equation 1. 4x minus 7 into 50 will give me 50. We have substituted the value of y in equation 1. Alright, so 4x minus 350 is equal to 50. Now minus 350 goes that side, becomes 400. So 4x is equal to 400, so x becomes 100. Correct? The monthly income of the first person is 400, second person is 500. So the sum of their savings, sum of their monthly incomes will be 400 plus 500, which is 900. I think this is a fairly simple question. I hope you've got this. Let's move on. Example 4. The total emoluments of A and B are equal. Okay, what is emoluments? Emoluments is the total amount that you receive from your office. It includes your allowances, it includes your salary, it includes your other expenses that the office pays for you. Okay? So the total emoluments for A and B are equal. So basically, end of the day, whatever A receives is the same amount what B receives, irrespective of their division. मतलब salary में इतना, allowance में इतना, irrespective of that, total उनको जो office से मिल रहा है is going to be the same. Okay. However, moving on. However, A gets 65% of his basic salary as allowances and B gets 80% of his basic salary as allowances. What is the ratio of the basic salaries of A and B? Okay, so they said कि they get different salaries and A को जो allowance मिलता है is basically 65% of his salary and B को जो allowance मिलता है is going to be 80% of his salary. Emoluments is basically salary plus your allowances. Okay, so their emoluments are equal. So let the basic salaries of A and B be x and y. Now x plus 65% of x is equal to y plus 80% of y. Why? How? Why? कैसे? कैसे? Okay, x plus 65% of y is basically the salary of A, which is x, plus 65% of x, which is the allowances of A, is equal to y. Y is the salary of B. 80% of y is the allowances of B. Okay, because the emoluments are equal, so their salary plus allowances will be equal. So which is x plus 65x by 100 is equal to y plus 80y by 100. So basically x is to y is equal to 180 upon 165. Now how did you get this? Okay, so this is basically x plus 65x by 100 is equal to y plus 80y by 100. Now you take the LCM, so this becomes 100x plus 65x upon 100, which is equal to 100y plus 80y upon 100. So this 100 gets cancelled. This becomes 165x is equal to 180y. So x upon y becomes 180 upon 165. I hope it is clear now. This, sorry for the bad handwriting. So x by y is equal to 180 by 165, which is 12:11. If you divide that by 50. Alright, so the ratio of the basic salaries is 12:11. Moving on to the next question. Alright. 3 containers have their volumes in the ratio 3:4:5. They are full of mixtures of milk and water. So there are 3 containers whose volumes are in the ratio, that is quantity volumes are in the ratio 3:4:5. They are full of mixtures of milk and water. They already are mixtures. Okay, the mixtures contain milk and water in the ratio 4:1. First container में 4:1 ratio है, 4 milk का 1 milk का, 4 milk का 1 water का. Second container is 3:1, 3 milk and 1 water, and the third container is 5:2, it is 5 of milk and 2 of water. So the ratio of milk and water in the fourth container contains all the above 3 mixtures. तो बेसिकली उन्होंने ये तीन कंटेनर को उठा के एक में डाल दिया और पूछा कि फाइनल मिल्क इज टू वाटर का रेशियो इज हाउ मच. Alright, so let's do this. Good question, alright. So let the volumes be 3x, 4x, 5x. So the container with volume 3x is milk will be 4 upon 4 plus 1 into 3x. Water will be 1 upon 1 plus 4 into 3x. Alright, similarly container with 4x will be 3 upon 3 plus 1 into 4x. Water will be 1 upon 3 plus 1 into 4x. Alright, I think you guys would be questioning ki sir ye kaise hua. So milk is 4:1, so basically 4:1 is how much? 4 upon 5, no? 5 kya hai? 4 plus 1 into 3x. Water is how much? 1 by 5 into 3x. So similarly, this will be 3 upon 4 into 4x milk, and water will be 1 upon 4 into 4x. Similarly, with the third container as well, container with the volume 5x. So milk is equal to 5 upon 7 into 5x, and water will be 2 upon 7 into 5x. Now we have to find out the total, right? So the total milk is 12x by 5 plus 12x by 4 plus 25x by 7. Alright, 12x by 5 kaise aaya dekho. This is what? 4 by 5 into 3x, which is basically 12x by 5. Correct. Your water is 12x by 4, 3 into 4x. तुम डिवाइड कर सकते हो 4x और 4 को, but calculation will become more complicated there. Your the water is 5 by 7 into 25x, so that becomes 25x by 7. So similarly, water will also become respectively 3x by 5, 4x by 4, 10x by 7, which is 424 upon 140x, and the milk is 1256 upon 140x. So the LCM of 5, 4 and 7 is 140. So the ratio of the milk to water is 1256 is to 424. You reduce it, you will get 157 is to 53. So basically you divide them by 8. So 8 157s will give you 1256, and 8 53s will give you 853s will give you 424. I hope you've understood this question. It's pretty simple question. So what you've basically done here in this question is you have to individually find out the total milk, total water, add them and find the ratio. Simple. Alright, next example. Very good question. One of the most important questions in this chapter has appeared innumerable times in a lot of competitive exams. So please pay attention. A man ordered 4 pairs of black socks and some pairs of brown socks. So number of brown socks not given. The price of a pair of black socks is double that of a brown pair. Okay. While preparing the bill, the clerk interchanged the number of black and brown pairs by mistake, which increased the bill by 50%. So black वाले socks का number was interchanged with the brown socks का number. So the ratio of number of black and brown socks in the original order was how much is what you have to find out. Ratio of black and brown. So let the number of brown socks be x. So black is to brown becomes 4 is to x. So the pairs becomes 4 is to x. The price is in the ratio 2 is to 1. Correct, because the price of a black socks is double that of a brown pair. Now, so the amount is how much you multiply the pairs into their price will give you 8 is to x. So the original bill was 8 plus x. That is the amount of black socks plus brown socks. Now, in the new order, black is to brown is how much? X is to 4. So the brown socks ka pair becomes 4 and black is x. Alright, their price is in the ratio 2 is to 1 because black will be double of brown any day. So you multiply it, you will get 2x is to 4. So the new bill ka amount is 2x plus 4, that is brown socks ka amount plus black socks ka amount. So according to the question, the new bill is 50% higher than the old bill, correct? So 8 plus x into 150 by 100 will give you 2x by 4. 150 by 100 क्यों किया? Because 8 plus x जो है उसमें 50% addition, मतलब 150 by 100 ही करना है वो, is equal to 2x plus 4. So 8 plus x into 3 by 2, 150 over 100 is 53 is equal to 2x plus 4. So this becomes 3 into 8 plus x is equal to 2 into 2x plus 4. So 3 8s are 24, 3 into x is 3x, 2 into 2x is 4x, and 2 into 4 is 8. So 3x goes that side, 8 comes this side, x is equal to 16. So the number of brown pairs is 16 and the black pairs is 4. So the ratio is 1 is to 4. You have to find the ratio of black is to brown. So 4 is to 16 is basically 1 is to 4. I hope you have understood this, and I think that is it for today. And so this was the ratio and proportion part 2. We've covered different varieties of question, and all of these questions were important. I hope you are taking notes and you've understood all of them. And so that is all for today. Bye bye. Take care. Have a great day and all the best.